We aren't just the roles we play. We are beings and the souls beneath all that we do.
You're not lost. You're just ready for your next definition of you.
What do you love to do? What makes you sparkle from the inside out?
Welcome to the Better You Show. Today we're talking about a question that can stop us mid-stride. Who am I now? If you're watching this, you're probably someone who's been everything for everyone. And now you're wondering, who am I when the roles quiet down? You're not lost. You're just ready for your next definition of you. And that's exactly what we're unpacking today. I'm here with the Better You coaches to discuss when the rules shift and the noise quiets, sometimes realize that we've been everything for everyone except ourselves. So let's explore what it looks like to rediscover the person beneath all of those roles. Welcome, coaches. Glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
Let's jump right in there. Why do women tie their identity so tightly to being needed?
Actually, this is something also very close to my heart because I believe from the very early age, we are so tied with our cultural beliefs, conditioning, societal expectations. So even learning about being a good girl, like so, like society, parents, they put those expectation on us, and we kind of forget to learn who we really are as we grow up. So we are always learning to meet some kind of expectations, and we try to put our identity at that adding to that expectations. So we become when we grow up, whomever we become, we're always tying our values with those expectations. And now when the roles kind of get shifted, and in the midlife we don't try to we feel that we don't know who we really are, and that's why we try to question ourselves, even though maybe at work we've become a director or a CEO. We're still, our identity is tied with those kind of designations. So that's where the emptiness comes in, because we can't fit in ourselves with us, with our heart and who we really are, what we really want, and what's the purpose of our lives, right? We start to question ourselves, like who we really are, what do we really want? Because the another phase is when being an empty nester. Like now, how we don't have children with us anymore. So it's all of a sudden there's a huge shift. So what we do at that point, and we start to questions, and we go through that very much like almost every day, especially as a woman. Because even growing up, we those expectations are now it's being eliminated. So what do we do at that point? So that's a good question to ask. And I always say, as a coach, I always ask my client that what you really want. What do you want? And then they would say so many things that they think they want, but is that really, really you want? So you have to dig deep, find that answer, which is aligned with your heart. And when you feel that that question is really resonating with your values, and that's what your passion is, and then you take that step, and then slowly you shift from who you really were, like as a mom, as a mother, as a sister, as a caregiver, than who you really are today. And then you start to align with yourself. And also, as a somatic coach as well, we do understand how to align those signals, and align with your passion. And then you find those signals, and then you actually take the steps whatever you want to, what you want to take the actions. And there are guilts. You have to work with the guilts as well. As a coach, we train them how not to feel guilty when you're actually taking care of yourselves or thinking about yourselves. That's the first thing also you have to learn, not to feel guilty. So we go through, we guide our clients to that too. I hope that helps.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and I'm hearing something that is part of a lot of our coaching is that alignment side, right? Aligning to who you are. And you're right, you need to rediscover who you are because you've been that and dealing with the guilt and becoming the new you is so imperative. And this I feel so deeply because I went through this not long ago when my son went away to university and I had no children at home anymore. And I know a few of the other coaches have experienced similar things as well. Hold that thought for just a second. Black Friday just got better at betteryou.coach. Grab our morning bundle for 5 powerhouse practices to supercharge your day, plus exclusive offers from all 5 coaches. Head to betteryou.coach/Black Friday now. Join the VIP list for bonus deals and start owning your morning. Okay, back to the show. But if you had a client or one of the viewers was feeling lost after a major life transition, whatever that might be, what exercise or tools might help her reconnect with herself?
I think it's important to emphasize that it's absolutely normal to feel all your feelings and not repress them and, be under pressure to just get on with it and keep going. So that's something that's really helped me is to just really be present with myself and my emotions and just let it all come out and just really be authentic. And, to say to yourself, it's okay to not have it all figured out right now or not figured out yet. And then gradually rebuild from there, like Sarah was saying, really reconnect with yourself and ask yourself, what's possible now? But of course, that's going to be down the road a little bit after, you've gone through what you need to go through.
I think for me, it was really looking at what I needed first and realizing that it was okay if people didn't necessarily agree with me. So, looking at what my passion was, which is, coaching and working with people and healing people. Heal. Um, and when people said you should go back and get another job after I quit because of a breakdown, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Um, and I got some flack for that, but it wouldn't have it would have affected my happiness. It would have affected my family's happiness. It would affects my present if I'm not fulfilling what I need to fulfill first. And that's what I learned at the age of 55. Is I have to make sure that I'm looking after myself. That's the priority first, and doing what I love to do. And people have to understand that if I'm happy, they're happy. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's something that I've noticed though with some of my clients. We say that and they hear that, but they still don't know what makes them happy. They've been in tune so long with what everyone else needs of them because a baby doesn't get mama needs quiet time, right? Like they're just going to keep yelling, keep screaming, whatever the case might be. Um, so how do you rediscover that in yourself?
Well, as a coach definitely had helped me with that because you definitely have to ask those questions about yourself. What do you love to do? What makes you sparkle from the inside out? If money wasn't an object, or there was nobody that was going to judge you for what you do, what would you do? Where would you be? How would you handle things? So that's where coaching comes in really, really well, and they're going to help you move through how to do that, right? They're gonna ask you the right questions, they're gonna make you feel like you can do that, and they're going to remind you that you're doing it because you need to do it for you so that you can be better for other people.
Yeah, and I agree with what
everyone has said. And, when there's a major life transition, I think a lot of us step into grief.
Mm.
When we lose a partner, our children leave home, we lose a child, whatever that might be, there's a huge piece of us that has to adjust to that loss. So, as Tiffany was mentioning, to be able to move through that with your client, to be able to walk beside them through the grief and help them make sort of connections to the micro-glimmers that are there, the pieces of joy, because the pieces that we love so much in our lives, the parts of our lives that we have rejoiced in, they have created who we are. And those glimmers are still there. And to be able to separate the role from the self, because there's so many roles for women, but they're just layered and layered and layered with expectations in our society. And very gradually, we're like onions. We can peel away those layers and start to look at who we are and who we were before. And yeah, micro glimmers of joy along the way, and really recognizing those emotions as as we all have recognized our feelings are real, not to be invalidated. We aren't just the roles we play. Our beings and the souls beneath all that we do. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's great.
Amazing.
So, as we spoke of earlier, many of us feel guilty prioritizing our own rediscovery. So, how would you help someone release that guilt?
I think that guilt, when we've been so deeply immersed in a role of caregiving or loving or parenting or, you know, being a spouse or a partner or, even teaching or whatever role you might be playing in society, you become so immersed in the value of that we don't focus on ourselves. And along the way, some of those things have and very early, as um, Sarah has indicated in the past here, that you know from the very very earliest we are trained by our society about what the expectations are, especially as women, and they become core beliefs. It's not good to say no. It's not good to do this. We must do that. We must behave this way. We must always be open and loving and caring and whatever the piece is. So then when we step out of that a little bit and say, whoa, I'm getting sick, or I need to self-care, or I'm overwhelmed, it's natural to feel guilty because we've stepped off the path that we've been walking so rigidly and carefully for so long with so much dedication. And it's natural to feel guilty. But as we just do, stepping into that a tiny little bit at a time, we can make some really great self-discoveries by taking care of ourselves, doing something that we love.
You spoke of grief earlier, and grief can come in many forms for many different reasons. And, a change in our life where nobody actually died, but maybe it's the end of a certain job or an end of something and then the beginning of something else. There's always a little bit of grief in there. And that's very important to make sure that we're capturing little bits of tools on how to deal with that. And of course, for everyone, it will be different, which is the beauty of coaching because we can figure out what it is that will work for you. Now, let's have a little bit of fun. We've spent years living by old titles. Let's see what happens when we rewrite them. So, this is a job title rebrand. So, I'm going to read out loud a role definition, and I'd like for you to come up with a job title for the evolved role of that person. So, for example, if the role definition was A woman who can never say no to anyone and always ensures their happiness over her own. She's obviously a people pleaser, but maybe her evolved job title would be a boundary builder
Ooh,
or a personal joy advocate.
Wow.
okay. No pressure.
No pressure.
Feeling sweaty.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Do just a couple of these.
Okay.
All right. So, the woman who wears busy as a badge of honor and has lost her sparkle. I still need Jeopardy music. Do, do,
Do, do, do, do.
do, do, do. Do, 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 do.
Uh,
In order to gain her sparkle back, she must become the master glimmer seeker.
Ooh, master glimmer seeker. Love it. Tiffany, you've got one on the tip of your tongue. I see it.
I put down organizational queen bee.
Ooh, very cool.
And I'm thinking lover of herself first.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I think I'm gonna go for thinking of CEO kind of role, so chief energy alchemist.
Ooh.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Someone who, everyone knows someone like this,
Okay.
who's always stepping in to fix everybody else's problems and emergencies. And if there are none, they'll create them.
I don't know how involved this is. I got quick fixer upper.
Bounty, the bounty, right?
Just thinking that.
The self-efficacy champion.
Oh,
Beautiful.
That's a nice one, Shelley.
I want to say the non-fixer.
Non-fixer, the person who just lets things be.
Lets things go. Lets people do what they need to do on their own.
Love that.
Harmony resetter, harmony restorer.
I love that.
Ooh, good one. What's the
You're challenging us.
I'm challenging you. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
The one who never asks for help.
Quiet coordinator.
Here. Excellent.
Just popped into my head.
I think we have the CEO of team collaboration.
First thing that comes to my mind is the team captain.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Director of independence.
Well done, coaches. We're not losing titles, we're rewriting them. Fantastic. But I want to speak to you out there a little bit because I think you're here because you care about becoming, not just doing. And that's something I admire deeply. So if you know someone else who's been questioning who they are right now, share this with her. She might need to hear that she's not alone. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of the Better You show to reconnect with your own identity and meet the coach who fits you best. Visit betteryou.coach and take the Matchmaker Quiz. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
I
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Oh, hey, thanks for watching. Since you watched this video, we thought you might really like this video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe right there for more great videos. Plus, tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos at all. Comment your thoughts below and see you next time.